I clicked too quickly. Hello, Nono. Hi, Yahazoo. Welcome back. How y'all doing? Well, apologies in advance, but I'm feeling very low energy this week. I think I'm mildly sick, but it's gonna be okay. Probably not COVID. Yeah, long time no see indeed. It's like for once Nono actually ended stream at a reasonable hour. Yeah, I know. Lower energy than normal, which is already pretty low energy, so... We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll forget that I'm sick the more we play. Ooh, okay, it's been a week. Let's see if I still remember how to play. High energy, by energy. Yeah, pretty much. That's right. So I think last time I kept it highlighted between loops, but I guess I may not do it between resets of the game. Should make sense. Resets when you start it up again makes sense. Yep. And it also is doing this weird thing where everything is bound correctly, but I have to rebind the lock-on button for it to work again, which is really weird. Here we are. I almost crashed into that. You're looking for a bit while you try to put yourself to sleep, but hope it goes well. Alrighty. Well, yeah, it's late. You should get some sleep. So sleep well. No, but I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you tomorrow. In chat, at least. All goes according to plan. Oh, that's right. I have to push it out. There we go. So Yazoo, I had an idea, and my idea might be wrong, and I haven't fully thought it out yet. But I was trying to figure out what to do with the artifacts, and I had a possibility in mind. Not gonna tell you if it's wrong anyway. True. But I'm thinking out loud. Probably is, but I won't tell you. Fair enough. Well, it's got that weird mechanism where it can, like, open and close, right? So my thought was maybe that means it's waterproof. So maybe I can take it down to the diving bell vault thing. But I haven't thought too much farther ahead than that. How's that proof that it's water? Oh, that's true. Good question. Let's see. Right. Yeah, that closes that up. So, like, if you had, like, a light source in there, then that would obscure it. See, I don't remember where the safe exit was. Was it back this way? Yes, okay, cool. Before I randomly died to ghost matter. Which was the other possibility there. Safe exit is anywhere with water. Makes sense. I think my raft is gone. Can I catch up? Nope, there we go, nice. Ghost matter is in fact not waterproof. Makes sense. Which is why the Hearthians survived, because they're amphibious, so they all would have been in the water. At least some of them would have been. At that time. The Proto-Hearthians, I guess. Yep. Checks out. That's exactly it. Makes sense. So I remember there's other things I had to check out around here, but I'm sure I'll get around to everything in due time. We're in no rush. I'll see that happening somewhat. Ghost Mountain Giant's deep disappears in the islands underwater. Ah, that makes sense. I hadn't thought to check that, but that makes sense. I do like the rafts, they're really fun. Good way to be able to use your physics system and have vehicles that aren't a spaceship. Alrighty, we'll go park our car over here. River's End. It is pretty nice, yeah. Alright, well, now to see if my theory actually is intelligent at all or just me being dumb. But that's the point of the game, right? Game has a point? I don't know about that. Okay, now it doesn't interact with the fire at all. Cool. It's worth a try. Alright, well I think there was still stuff to look at around here. I think we did clear out this place pretty much. Maybe there's something on the other side I hadn't looked at yet. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we haven't explored yet. Very true. Someday I'll figure out what this ancient artifact is for. Today is probably not that day. Oh, there's a wreckage here already. Is that a slide reel? That's a slide reel. Okay, let me set this down somewhere. Sure. Why not? Ever notice the glass disappearing when you're underwater? Probably because of the transparent rendering stuff. It's really hard to do overlapping transparency in game engines. Spent so much time falling from rafts that you're surprised you never noticed it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right here. There we go. So this is about, I guess, the vault itself. Oh wait, yeah, down there, that's the artifact stuff. And there's a flame inside there, so there's definitely some way to put a flame inside of it. But I don't know what that is yet. Sealed vault, that's right. Got more burned footage. Is it all burned footage? No? Okay. Yeah, so there's the shrine thing. And then they built the diving bell over it and dropped it into the water. And that's it. So we knew that already. But now it's in our ship's log officially. There you go, open the door. I guess that has the one trade-off to, words. to not being able to translate any of this alien race's language is you kind of have to have the game tell us what things are named. Because there's no, like, actual, like, lore writing anywhere of what they're named inside the actual dialogue. It's not that big of a deal. That's right, yeah, the strangers. I'd forgotten about that, but you're right. That is what the game calls them. Don't get me wrong, I'm not really complaining at all, it's just something I'm noticing. About how the design of the DLC differs. Strangers, inhabitant of the stranger. Yep, really creative name there. Yeah, the main character's naming things instead of the Nomai. Nomai were a little bit clever with their naming, potentially, or at least were more sciencey about it. This thing looks important. So we can line up symbols. That's some kind of lock. I see. I don't know what the combination is, but I know that that's a lock of some kind. I wonder if you still have the code somewhere, you got rid of the paper. Do you have it written down? Smart. That does seem a bit long to memorize. Definitely too long to randomly guess. So I'll need to actually find out what the code is. How is that simple? Like the eye coordinates the game doesn't show it to you when you already know it. Yeah, makes sense. Some kind of symbols on that thing. I just get a little bit closer. There we go. I didn't have to hunt too far for that if that is the solution. I don't know if it is or not. It sure looks like it could be. Let's see. There are 5 symbols, and these are 5 symbols. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, good. Okay, the scout's still there. So... star, black hole thing, and then... weird TIE fighter, fire, TIE fighter, fire. I don't know what those are supposed to be exactly. Like a... I don't know what that's supposed to be. I assume that's sun, then fire. Fire. There we go. Nice. Not too bad. Jetpack fuel, burnt out receptor. Yeah, this looks important for something. All these pipes hanging out. Something you like with this game, you can find the code somewhere else, and that makes you enter here a lot later. Ugh. Makes sense. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that there's the solution so close by. Okay, so there's some kind of... so like a... there goes the dam. Goodbye, dam. I think we're high up enough to be safe since we're right next to the reservoir, but some kind of weird manipulator thing. But the control interface for it is broken. So it can't connect to it from this the space station. You tell me what it is, but you won't. Yep, as expected. Yeah, this thing looks important. I'm not sure what it does, but I'm sure it's important. I find it interesting that they add all this information to your logs on the ship, but they don't give you an easy way to get back to the ship. Is interesting. Kind of forces you to keep track of what you've learned in between there instead of constantly going back and forth like you can in the base game. Okay, doesn't seem like there's anything else interactable in here, but I'm sure this is important for something. It's important for lore. Sounds about right. Yeah, it's the same symbol here, so I guess this is the generic control station for whatever that probe thing is. So I'm sure that'll be relevant in the future. It's arguably 80% of the game. Yeah, pretty much. This is lore of the game. It's all about discovering lore. Let's see, what are the symbols on this? We've got the artifact, and the vault, and planet and the eye. We've already seen the eye one. Now we've seen the vault. 10% is exploration, the other 10% is how the crap do I go now? Yep, pretty much. Wandering aimlessly until you find something interesting. Alrighty. Suppose we're more or less done here. Already been up there and up there now. And it's weird being able to look up and seeing the rest of the river up ahead. Literally up ahead. Above the head. Very cool though. It's pretty safe to see the dam breaking as half the loop. Cool. That makes sense. It does feel about there. Let's see, and the other thing I remember is that there's the tower that was in the process of breaking. Can't see the sun and stuff from here, so it's nice to have marks for it. Yep, makes sense. Let's see, can I get up here maybe? Ruin the music. It's taller than I thought it was. You can technically see the sun through one of the windows, but it's far. Makes sense. Alright, let's see, here we go. Alright, so it's got all the lanterns in here. These look like they go together. They really do. There's no way to stack them in-game. Also, another time marker that you won't comment on more because you haven't noticed it yet. Fair enough, fair enough. See, I can't get up on top of the tower right now. And this is the theater over here, yep. The waterlogged tapes, yep, which we've seen all of. That's right. I've been here, done that. Let's see. Anything in here? It's hard to say when it's already smashed up from falling in the water. They did have very nice houses. Oh, there goes the tower. Perfect timing. And rip tower. This has all these prongs on the top of it. Matching up to those. Comment not forgotten. Mm-hmm. Alright, and that's the end of the loop. Ah. Come on. Get me up there. There we go. I don't know which way is inward. Is it this way? I can't tell. I'm getting lost in here. Well, that's awkward timing for the ending. Didn't even get to explore anything in here. I'm getting so turned around. We came back outside. That was a good part of your exploration with the stranger, honestly. Fair enough. Already? I saw nothing. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so we actually have a decent amount of time where the reset happens. Like a solid minute after the music ends. I think I saw the supernova there out in the background of the window. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's not easy to see, but you can still see the sun through there. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. There we go. Forget straight takeoffs. We can just go straight there. Zoom. A special bad ending if you go on the Stranger after moving the warp core on Ash Twin. Interesting. Now we're coming in hot. Oh god, it seems to automatically reset our speed. There we are. Don't need to worry about crashing the ship because we're probably not getting back into it very often. Cloaking has the same effect as the Dark Bramble Seeds. Nice. That's convenient. Alrighty. Well, I don't need to spend time hunting down that artifact anymore. At least until we figure out what to do with it. Oh, whoops. I was gonna check the ship's log. Oh well. Right, that is the other side's exit. You can still go there, that is true. It's not too far away. You can get in and out easily before the dam breaks. Yep, and that's the trick. I'd assume you probably can't, but don't know for sure. Another burn slide reel. Going to the submerged structure. Yep. A sealed vault. More stuff to explore in the river lowlands. And the island tower, knew about that. There we go. Alrighty, let's grab our raft again. There we go. I can't remember how many of these buildings I've thoroughly explored already, but we can always do it once over. Yes, we got the theater, and there's the one with the submerged slide reels. I don't remember. No, this is the other theater. That has the door next to the screen. Yeah. Found that one as the dam broke last time. Right. Makes sense. Broken lantern over there. Oh, wait. There's something over here, probably. Broken lantern. That's just a raft dispenser. And over there is the cabin with ghost matter. This is the weird shrine. Yeah, that's the ringed planet. We've seen that in a few bits of imagery. So maybe that's their homeworld? Be my guess. And that's basically it for this cluster of buildings, unless there's something underwater I missed. Pretty sure I missed something? Sure, I guess. I'll take a tip. Mentioned it about 3 minutes ago. Something with the theater? Oh, what the heck? What was that? Just a light flickering, or was that just because I was scraping along the water? But just made a weird noise. Finally noticed that. It's been happening every loop since we got here. Okay, I guess I just haven't been paying super close attention. It's when the green panel's open. Ah. Got it. That makes sense. It's also the time mark you said you didn't notice. Yep. Checks out. Let's see. Is there anything interesting to see around here? Can't get in from underneath this tower, can you? No. It's worth considering. So it wouldn't be the only time there's been hidden stuff like that. Got all these weird antenna things everywhere. Oh. I didn't mean to walk off, but I guess I did. Cool. I see water starting to leak through the dam now. That's concerning. Yeah, damn. Damn indeed. Ah. You know the structural integrity of the dam, by the way? Oh, yeah? Did the scout tell me that? Not exactly sure where it thinks it landed. See, that's just the... Yeah, that's right, this is the entrance. This is where we first rafted off. Down this passage on the side. Don't know where that was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't on the dam. Yeah, seems that way. So there's nothing interesting up on the outer ring, is there? I suppose there always could be. I don't see any buildings up there. Probably sent in the reservoir. Yeah, that would make sense. I don't know what you're thinking of when you say you missed something here? Sure. I think I need another obvious hint. I guess quite accurate integrity readings. The reels. I don't remember seeing any here, were there? Maybe there were and I'm just dumb. There's none in the machine already. Oh, here's one. Oh, and they're more up here. Got it. I missed this room. This is an important room. I don't think I have time to watch this, but we'll try. Oh. Overshot. So I mentioned that you found this place as the dam broke. Makes sense. Grab the lantern. Full throttle. Boom, look at that. Eye of the universe. They receive the signal from their telescopes of the Eye of the Universe. They're excited. They know the coordinates. They take the ship, they fly. Ah, it's like a solar sail. This is the green panels, it looks like. It's propelling them forward. They fly over to where the Eye of the Universe is, and that's our solar system. So yeah, that is their homeworld. Or that smaller planet is their homeworld. Yeah, that makes more sense. That has like water on it. So they're on a moon, orbiting that gas giant. Ah yeah, and the gas giant's in the sky, duh. That makes more sense. And that's just... these frames are just showing them build it. Yeah. Yeah, it's either a dwarf planet or a moon, but either way, it seems like they orbit gas giant. Boom, just in time. Alright, this is the single orb cylinder thing one. Single ripple, that's what I'm going to call it. They close the vault. And they put a fire and a light in the statue thing. That forms the first lock. I don't know where that thing is yet, but we know it exists. Hello. Whoop. Nature is violent. Well, we got the info. Just in time. Oh, look. Get back here. There we go. I think it was just those two. But we can take another look at the next loop, but those are the only two I saw. Smooth. I mean, I just lost my raft, but there's another one over there, so we're fine. Now, is this the same images as the other shrine? It looks like it is. So there's the... Or is this the same shrine and it's just swept down the river? Now, this one's definitely built onto this cliff. Even if it's bending. So that River's End doesn't play anymore once the dam breaks. Yeah. Unfortunate. So no, that's not the same shrine, but it's got the same images in it. I wish the dam in Brittle Hollow. That was worth a shot. This is the other theater with the waterlogged ones, yeah. One's with the one with the eye, and the one with 2 ripples. So I'm guessing I'm probably going to have to pay closer attention to those to find out where those 3 are. I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I still don't know where the 3rd reel is. The ripples. Let's see. Is there anything else interesting to check out here in the destroyed chapel? There's this fuel. Fuel is nice. It's down to like an upper level here. I like how it has like this weird multicolored staining on it. Reminds me of the quantum rock. All of its colors. Gonna get zapped? No, we'll be fine. We'll just go really far underwater. That'll work, right? Apparently not. Okay. You'll be fine until you're Pikachu'd. Mm-hmm. Oh. Cool, good to know. Zaps go all the way down. Not just to the surface level. Like some other instances of eating Zap, that one always kills. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Well, if it's gonna slow me down, then there's no problem with me going full throttle here. You know what they say, YOLO. Mm-hmm. You only loop once. Oh. Okay. Maybe went in a little bit too fast there. I just got an achievement for dying in 60 seconds. That was a short loop. Alrighty, let's try that again. A little bit slower this time. I don't know, I'd say that was a successful mission. What do you think? I learned so much that loop. Another burnt slide reel. What? Give me 1 second, I'm getting a call. Hello? Yeah, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. I see you were panicking in my absence. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I just need to let my brother in. He doesn't have a key yet. Doing that even when you're here, you just don't see it? Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, back to the stranger, and this time, let's try not to crash. I mean, I won't try that hard, but I'll try a little bit. Let's try a bit harder. Yep. Yep. Here we are. Flawless. Just roll into position. There we go. And let's go double check, make sure there wasn't a third slide reel there. I probably overused the upward thruster a bit, but, you know, if it works, it works. Alright, this is the other boathouse. Yeah, it's just force of habit at this point. I see a building and I'm like, oh, let's go to the building. Wrong building. So what, the third time now? Something like that. And I get halfway through the room before I remember what it is. My brain is brain. Alrighty, here we go. It's coming from above, problem solved. If I tried not braining, yeah, but somehow that's even worse. Yeah, looks like it's just the two of them. I'll take another look at this one. Gonna blame that one on bad memory then? Fair enough. Because the other one is it just 2 as well? I don't remember. But yeah. It's worth double checking though. So if I was missing one, that would be awkward. So let's see. So where is this? I want to know where that is. Where is... Say the ship log would have been orange if you missed one. Yeah, that makes sense. But, you know, it also just had, like, the entire lowlands as one marker, so... I don't think I've seen any of those yet. This looks relatively dark. Are there any caves on this ring world, maybe? Let's see, and this is the left-hand path. Oh. Because over here is this area. Is there anything up there? It's kind of this whole section over here. It looks big and empty. That in and of itself is almost suspicious. Oh, there's like a weird sectioned off grotto area. Might double check and check that in a minute. I'm not seeing anything of interest. This is a big open area. These trees weird me out with how their branches go straight downward. Very alien. And it almost looks okay until you take a closer look and realize, oh, that actually kind of looks weird. That's the green panels I see. Cool. Alright, we do have oxygen, don't we? Earlier I was like, oh, well I can just stay underwater pretty much indefinitely, as long as I have fuel, right? Alright, oxygen's a thing. Ooh. Ooh. Hmm. Take some time before you're out of oxygen, though. Yeah. Thought this grotto looked suspicious. Oh, look at these. Whole bunch of slide reels. Just in a big, messy pile. I'm guessing this is what records the slide reels, maybe? Or something. Interesting, I set that down and then it placed a slide reel there. Oh. Did you just lock me in here? Okay, I can get out through the water. There we go. The thing is, unlike the lanterns, the water reels are, or the slide reels are waterproof. Yeah, that is nice. Okay. So maybe I want to bring that over to a theater, but for now, I don't see a projector in here. I want to know where this leads before I leave. So environmental design can let you guess without places for. I assume it's either for making slide reels or disposing of them. Especially with that machine, it definitely feels like it's a place that creates them. I've been here already? That's the one for number 2, and that's the eye. Yeah, so this is the place that gets flooded. Ah, perfect. Right into the back of a theater. Exactly what I was looking for. Okay. Here we go. And we need a lantern. That one's a little bit further away, so we can just head back into the cave, I guess. I guess you need darkness to be able to project things like that. That's probably by design. So dark and spooky, though. Alrighty, here we go. Gasp! So that is 3 spirits and then encasing something around the dual ripple thing. This is... someone carrying whatever that thing on the left is, and looks like maybe like an artifact thing on the right. There's a tower over there, And this, I guess that's one of their telescopes. And he goes down into the building, around, takes a raft, straight to the shore from there. And then turns left onto the docks. Handed that plate. And returns. Oh, wait, there's something in the rock. And it's one of those statue things. I didn't fully follow all of that, but we can retrace those steps. So there's the tower over there. I think. So you have all the slides, that's the one that took you the longest time to understand. Makes sense. So there's a building with a telescope near the tower. Okay. I think I can find that, probably. Oh, ouch. Okay, so this is the church, so it's not here. I don't think. Oh. Out of time. Higher ground. Here we are. So the tower stays here. It just gets knocked asunder. Ah! There's a cave behind the tower. And that's how you get in. Oh, okay. That makes it easier. That's a lot easier than waiting until it falls. And there's a slide reel here. And that's... Ah, so that antenna connects to the diving bell. And that to... some kind of shrine inside a rock. And then to the tower. And then to the shrine. Okay, that makes sense. So there's 4 key points of interest. Okay, now how do I take this to theater? I guess this one will still be up and running, right? Unless that got extinguished. Here we go. I still need to figure that out, but let's take a look at this other slide too while we're here. So that's like the symbol of their, like, order or something. Let's go to a shrine. Oh, wait, what? Moves the lantern and then they can walk through there? And they all went into the shrines? Oh, that's spooky. Well, I think I understand what that's pointing to, but let's see where this goes. Yeah, I'll have to see what happens if I remove all the lanterns from in there, if that does something. Okay, this just leads out. Yeah, the underwater visibility is pretty low. Okay, so that was basically a way to get back underneath there if I'd wanted to before the tower got knocked over. So we want the planet. Oh, it moved. Oh. Fancy. Secret compartment in their tower. Ooh. Hello. Yeah, dead owls. Or moose owl things. And they've got some of that green fire burning in their artifacts. See, I knew that was the thing. There's green fire. And one is missing. Mousy? Yeah, something like that. Mouses. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, go pick up one of those artifacts and just sit here. Do whatever they're doing. Must be important. Went away, he obviously doesn't want it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so... they had a secret hiding place in their towers, and presumably in all their shrines then. Interesting. I'm gonna assume that same is not true of the other ones, but it's worth a try. Yeah. So many lanterns. It's the only one that works, yep. Makes sense, but, you know, it's worth trying out. Didn't know for sure. Cool. Keeping the green flame alive. Want to see you do the same thing you did. Yeah, the same thought. It's like, probably not, but you know, it could be. What if I remove all of them? Yeah. Gotta do something, right? Yeah, it makes it really dark. Let's see. Yeah, so they all took the artifacts in, and they went into all the places, so I guess the other places have something similar. No, I can't see, so I guess it did do something. Yep, exactly. There goes the tower. So I need to figure out where this is. Here the water level is kind of like base with the tower. So it's going to be a building the same height. And it's a 2-story building. No, it's just a 1-story building and he's on the first floor. There's one of these statue things on the other side, next to docks. And there's a cave over there. And then there's something in the rocks right there. Oh, wait. And there's a big hole in the center leading downward. So is that some kind of like underground settlement? That would be my guess. And there's that raft. And there's the loop music starting. Okay. I don't think it's this tower, maybe, that raft is going to. Maybe it's somewhere else in the loop, like over there. So maybe it's that shrine over there. I'll have to try that out next loop. Mm-hmm. That's true, but I like the music. That's all there is to it. Mm-hmm. Music makes you sad? Fair enough. There it is. There's the supernova. I can't get up there. There we go. Okay, let's try to hunt down that rock with the crack in it. Tonight we hunt. Exactly. It's one of the least violent of wake-up noises. There we are. And we're already there. Easy peasy. And just let the ship roll into position. Very effective. Open the airlock! I just paused it just a little bit too early. Okay. That's true. It is not a lock made of air. I guess let's look around this area, since we're here. Are there any decent sized rocks in the middle of the river? No, so there's this shrine. Uh-huh. Yep, so same thing here. Is there any difference? Looks like this one has all its people. So I guess they all lit the fire or something. Is this Dark Souls now? Are we relinking the fire? Don't like the fire, bring a new age of darkness. Yes! As the preferable alternative. Okay, where can you walk out of a balcony and almost immediately be on a boat? Dock. So that's what he does. Not there. Not here either. It's fine. We don't need health anyway. Big news. Newest Fortnite skin has a style for her visor called Uwu. Amazing. Well, this rock appears to be just a rock. How much does that rock? Guess we'll check this way. It's more like a W if you ask me. Fair enough. Nothing sketchy about those rocks. Apostrophe. Apostrophe W apostrophe. Got it. I see what you mean. Makes sense. Let's see. There's a bunch of rock underneath here, but I think we've already been to that. And there's this cave here, but this is just the underside of the tower. So there's one possible way you're supposed to get in on the backside. Neat. It's a semi-obvious way to get in, yep. Mm-hmm. Understandable. Cave isn't really that well hidden. Yeah, on the other hand, I didn't find it first, so... You know, how obvious could it be, really? And you're supposed to find your way in there, for certain. So they have multiple ways of doing that. Increasingly obvious as you go through the loop. So you got the cave, and the fact that it falls over telling you, hey, something with this changed. You should probably think about paying attention to it. You didn't either, and then when you notice that your reaction was, how did you not see that? Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. I was kind of like, that's how you're supposed to get up there. Oh. Speaking of getting up there. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing up there. It can be very difficult to get on top of this to go around that way, so maybe... Yeah, maybe we just head up and then we can see it from there. I didn't even see that the past couple of times we went through here. Well, obviously I didn't. Ah. So here's that secluded shrine that had been mentioned. Yeah, we have passed it a few times, yeah, but I never thought to look up. Up. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. I can't just rocket up there, but maybe after the dam breaks. Gamers never look up, yeah. Endemic problem. I don't have enough thrust. Oh, this is awkward. It's very awkward. So dark. Okay. Well, I'm down here. And see, there's a whole bunch of stuff up there. I'll have to figure out how to get up there at some point. There we go, get to shore. Dry land. Very cool, very cool. I'm guessing we're near the close to the dam breaking. And it just keeps wanting to fly over the dam. Physics are weird. There we go. Until even if the scout is underwater. I guess that does make sense, yeah. I just wanted to be able to visually see that it was on top. Dang it, almost made it up. So close. I guess I can get up on top through that right there. Here we go. Oh, we're pretty high. I see, so that's to get your thing over the dam. This is actually my stop. And say that you're damn high. Yep. Accurate. Okay, nothing over here, necessarily. Yeah, I'll get stuck at that point when it gets tall again. So it can't go that way. But, interesting thought experiment. I might be able to jump that gap. There it goes. Hopefully I didn't have anything I needed to see on the other side. I think we're running low on fuel. That's a future me problem. Nope, not gonna be able to jump that. Okay. It'll be future you in like 2 big jumps. Yep. But that's not me yet. And that just got destroyed. Let's see. Oh. Back down to the ground. Come on. Out. I guess we're dead. Cool. Sunken building. Or part of the dam. Okay. So I do need to check that place out after the water level rises. That was part of the dam. Hmm? Damn. Hit the dam. Okay. There's possibly something on the other side of that dam we didn't get a chance to see. I liked how there was the quantum moon there, and then I blinked and it was gone. I just noticed that. It's a neat detail. I'm sure I'd seen that a lot of times before now, but I hadn't actually, like, you know, noticed it. So I'm blind. dun, 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 dun. There we go. Oh. Again. I'm a genius. A mad genius, that is true. That is me. Oh, before I get too hasty and crash the ship again, maybe we should check the ship's computer. Give my, my thrusting finger a rest. Ah, there we go. Now we got some new locations to check out. Secret well. Container marked with a glowing symbol behind a shadowy figure. The lights are extinguished and the figure carries the container down into a dark well. Yep. Room full of burned slide reels piled next to a strange device. On a hidden slide reel, it shows a container marked with a glowing symbol. So that's where they burned all those damaged reels, I guess. That's why I told you the surrounding has the answers. Yep, that makes sense. That was one of my guesses, but I didn't know for sure. All those reels on the ground completely burned. Yeah. I just wasn't sure if that was like... Theoretically, it's possible those were like, you know, failed creations or something like that. Like they were burned because they weren't created correctly, not because they were like intentionally burned. But evidently not. Let's see. Where's it? That's the one. There we go. I don't remember if it's that what I said, but the machine you could put a slide on is probably how they burn them. That does make sense, yeah. They'd have like the 3 laser things on it. Okay. Now let me approach without crashing as I spawn directly in. Oh. Cool. Hello. That was, not intended. And we're off to a great start here on the not crashing plan. And we don't need any of those things. Completely optional. There we go. Problem solved. Now we come in through the raft house. Woo! And a great introductory moment. It wasn't even visible from the inside. What a weird design. Yeah. So they really want you to take the raft out. Just have to figure out what it is, I guess. There's the tower. Starting to get more familiar with the general layout of the place. So I probably should after this many hours, but you know. There's still some things that confuse me. There we go. Room. That area up there. Come back to that later. Oh. L plus ratio plus I fell off. Literally speaking. In fact, your first thought with the bridge here was, what if you can't see it, but it's there? So you just walked off into the invisible, non-existent bridge. Nice. It's not a bad idea. Especially if you're still figuring out what the mechanics of this area is. Spoiler, it wasn't there. Yeah, that sounds about right. They just plummeted into the water. So, well, guess not. Ooh. Fancy. It's facing out the front of the ship. See all the planets. It's pretty cool. So they got a viewing gallery for where the ship is going, which I guess you would need if you're captaining the ship. And look at all these pipes and things. Oh, this looks like some kind of ship bridge, meeting room. I found almost everything in the Stranger's Wood. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess, you know, if your world has, like, really fancy trees, then you might as well. Okay, so the Stranger came here. And that's showing the deploying of the sun shield. So it's charging up solar power so that it can head out that direction. And I'm guessing this is supposed to be the radius of the supernova. Actually stayed a whole loop here just to see. Neat. I mean, maybe if we come back here after removing the Ash Twin core. I guess they're charging up solar power so that they can fly out of the system, out of the supernova range. If they did get like premonitions from the eye, then maybe they knew this was coming and wanted to get the ship out of reach in that scenario. What's this? Ah! Elevator. Awkward. Good thing there's a control to put it back. Oh, there's no oxygen here? Spooky. The elevator comes back and there's just an owl in there. That'd be funny. Oh. Is this another hangar? Is this the opposite hangar? That's the one you usually come in. I see. So there's a backdoor entrance. If you know that the super dark room you're supposed to go around. Cool. It's the only way you can exit the stranger once the dam breaks. Makes sense. Neat. Yeah, you need to get all the way to the dam to... Oh, you need to get across the dam, that's right, so... That doesn't help much. I guess theoretically, if we need to get to the dam really quickly without going through the river ride, this will be faster. So that's a useful shortcut. We're getting to the other half of the ring. Yeah, so you'd end up here on top of the dam, which will make it super easy to get pretty much anywhere on the ring that you need to get to. That's pretty cool. That's pretty useful. So I usually enter the stranger once you found it. Makes sense. I'll probably do the same. It's a pretty good viewpoint to decide where you want to go. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Nice high vantage point. See, I doubt it, but can I land on top of that thing? Maybe if I stand on top of this rock and do it. Almost. Alright, I have to take fall damage, cool. This is absolutely intended gameplay. Mm-hmm. Sprained a toe, I think. Yeah, something like that. Okay, now can't quite get that high. Our health meter is still looking pretty good. Maybe we can get on top of this tree? No, fall down the tree. Okay. Cool. It's worth a shot. But I think we're not supposed to be able to platform up there. Which is fair. Yeah, no, if you don't try. Yep. Precisely. Alright, why don't we go for another spin, now that we're nearing the dam breaking. Go back to where that non-existent bridge is. Try to stay near the middle of the raft if you don't want to fall off like earlier. Yep. Makes sense. Alrighty, here we go. Going so fast. It's nice having a visual countdown. Zoom! Exactly. Okay, let's see if we can make it through here before we get electrocuted. Probably not. We're almost there. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Ah! Dang it! Oof. Oh, we're alive at least. That's good. Okay, it's still there, but it's closer to the water now. And it's very violent, which is pretty accurate to reality. If anything, it's not violent enough. Uh-huh. Let's see here. We've also got broke by the highlands. That is true. Be a little bit less violent over here. By the time it gets through that whole area. So water doesn't quite get high enough to just jump for it. Maybe. I'm gonna get swept away. I should have seen that coming. Okay, there we go. Problem isn't how high the water is, but how high can you jump? Yeah. Are these supposed to be able to open to slow down the water flow? Do they do that? I would have noticed if they did. And there's just pieces of building. They don't in-game, but maybe that's what they were used for. That'd be my guess. They look like they swing out to slow down the water flow, probably. No, there weren't a bunch of dead owls and secret towers. Yep. That would change things somewhat. Yeah, if I could just get on top of here. Which I don't like my chances of, but that's what I want to do. Nope. Nope, no, nope. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. I could probably try to break physics, but no need to. See, I see ground over there. Is that a thing? That is a randomly exposed beach now. It is ground, yeah. we go. Let's check for dark caves. And this looks like rock. Definitely worth a check, though. So you never know. There might be like a hidden cave entrance or something. All this newly exposed ground. Most of this place looks like rock. Yep. It's true. Just gonna say hi to our green flame friend in here. It's funny to you that sometimes there's a piece of bridge stuck on the bell. Yep. Physics just happen to work exactly the right way for that. Okay. Just a quick green marshmallow. Sure, it's perfectly safe. So we know at least that 2 ripple tablet ended up in that cave that we saw in that one reel. This guy took it down into that well. Lose almost over. That's okay, because we're almost dead. Got stuck against the dam for a while once. Mm-hmm. Not very fun. Oh, water got down here. And put out the fire. That seems like that might be a problem. And then the tower falls near the end, and that also has people in it. So there's just those two, and then the shrine in the mountains. So I wonder if that one gets flooded out too. Puts out the green fire. In fact, the way it breaks the lanterns is how you found out about those secret places. Ah! Right, because that would break the lanterns, so all those would open up. Right? Never even noticed. I know that's like this game's whole shtick, but I love the fact that there's so many different ways to uncover the same information. Like, it's really well designed. There's so many ways to go about your exploration and still ultimately arrive at the same result. It's very cool. Okay, we didn't necessarily learn anything specifically new there. We still know about the cliffside building. Just having to take the right lantern to go look at a slide. That's funny. Just happened to grab it out of that one. So I wonder if we can find the probe that the stranger launched then. That's the Nomai probe, right? Yeah. Hey, how's it going? A little ball of gas. It's the first time we've seen it go straight up like that. Yeah, it seems to be random. Which I guess makes sense given how the probe is set up to work. Yep, it's random. And it's how it was made, exactly. Just keep firing randomly in a gazillion different loops. Oh. Whoops. Spacesuit. Spacesuit is important. Spacesuit is very important. So far, almost every single death has been me crashing into the ship and not, me actually failing to do something in the game. So the Nomai didn't put a way to turn it off when there's no one left. Yeah, exactly. Because they didn't think about that. They were like, of course we're going to be around to find the eye. I wonder if there's even the possibility of like the probe crashing into something and actually messing with the physics of the simulation. Like knocking a planet off course or something. It goes at just the wrong angle. Okay. Slowly. And, very awkwardly, there we go. Close enough. I'm suited up. And then check out behind this wall. Not that wall. This wall? No. Spacesuit is important. Yep. Just a little bit. Is it on the other side of the room, maybe? Lively blue doll. Lively blue dove. De Illuminati? Okay, then. So freaking dark. Yeah, I thought it was the one on the left. I just couldn't find it, but maybe I'm just blind. Can't find a freaking wall. There we are. Yeah, really freaking dark. There we go. Okay. So now we're back up here. So I need to figure out how to get over there. That whole area. Can't jump across that bridge. So there's got to be another way up. Maybe when the dam is burst, it's not high enough to affect any of that. Well, you can see the way from here. Well, you know, that would require me to actually, like, understand what I'm seeing, right? Which is, definitely a tall order. Let's see. Got a lot of rocks, some water, and wood buildings. Yep. Maybe I can get high enough to reach one of the things on that side? Possibly. I jump off of a raft. There's no way to get up onto these cliffs, that's for sure. And stuff looks pretty high up, but maybe there's some other option there. Cowabunga! Okay, cool. Didn't die by crashing into the shore. I was worried there. The water be too shallow. Oh yeah, while I'm here. There we go. Oh. There we go. Full speed ahead. And scout this out from the ground. You're going fast. And sun shield time. Okay, now we need to end up on that side of the split. So we need to make a hard right here. There we are. Ah, now we need to go that way. Is that even a possibility? So you're probably gonna get enough velocity to actually go backwards against the current. And now from this side. Okay, so I guess I'll try that again, but I think I see what's going on. River's End. There we go, we just go again. Say hello to our scout on the way down. Hello. How's it holding? Okay, so let's try being as far right as physically possible. Obviously not well, yeah. Well, it's still better than 50%, you know, it could be worse. You not see the integrity plummeting? Well, you know, it's still fine. That's still a high number. 50%, you know, that's half. Solid half integrity. Less than half of what it could be, true. On the other hand, it's almost half of what it could be, you know? Gotta be a glass half full kind of thing. Alright, here we go. Hard right. There we are. And see it up there. Are you debating if the glass is half full or half empty? I drink it because you're thirsty. Fair enough, fair enough. That's a good one. I like that answer. Okay. Hard right, hard right, hard right. Yes. There we go. Ah! Here we go. And there's one of these raft lifts. Took you a few tries to enter. Gotta really make sure you know what you're doing, and you gotta slow down at just the right time there. There we go. This is an elevator? Yes. On to the upper level. Oh, now I know how to get here. You know, I'm mistaken, ship calls this place the Hidden Gorge. Makes sense. It is a gorge. And it is somewhat hidden. Yes, I remember seeing this. Which one has the planet? This one has the planet. There we go. Once again, we got a circle of guys. No one missing here, so out of 3 places, there's only 1 place that's missing anything. I just wonder if we should pick up one of those artifacts and come back there. You believe me if you said you understood it was one with the planet, only one looking someone else play the game later? I can see that. Like, it's not hard to trial and error it. I think the only reason I noticed was because in the slide, guys like Buddy or whatever was specifically pointing to the planet in that slide. So if you discovered the place without looking at the slide, then you may not have been thinking about that. I think that makes sense. Well, there's an artifact. He does what you didn't notice when you played. Makes sense. Oh, this is the 3 ripple slide. There it goes. There's fewer lower buildings here. We'll see if any of them are destroyed or not. Ones we're looking at up here are probably fine. Unless they collapse from the supports breaking or something. Okay, so some stuff definitely broke. Based on that noise. Ah! So there goes that bridge. And, okay, that building's gone, so the only way to get up here, then, is, oh, right, there's an elevator over there. Never mind. So theoretically, if you come in here with a raft after it's collapsed, you can... excuse me, take the elevator. Yep, makes sense. Oh yeah, I was gonna actually look at the slides. I was curious to see what broke. Thank you. Okay. So there's the third one of those. That's all there is to see. Cool. We mock Nona for his memory. Uh-huh. That door over there is also suspicious. So this one has... Is there 3 slide reels or only 2? Guess there's only 2 in here. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Okay. Here's that lantern artifact thing. So I'll come to the theater. And they mourn the loss of their home world. They left, I guess. So they're homesick. Or maybe they're just upset the planet's gonna be destroyed. One of the two. This light is burned. I'll go there and they activate the lanterns. So either way, it means that doing this thing was bad enough that they did this because they were depressed. At the loss of their own world, I guess. Either because they left or because they can't go back. Interesting. Yeah, the music's on the slides are very weird. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, I know there's the door on that side, but I don't see any obvious ways to get in there from out here. So it must be on the other side of the ridge. Maybe a back door from that shrine over there. It's another elevator pod. Which goes down. That building has quite the height to it. Flaming slides. Interesting. Oh, that place has the artifact symbol on it. That place door is closed. Yeah. Cool. Sure, let's check out this place then. Ghost matter. Cool. I won't go that way then. We can sneak past it. There we go. Aha. So here we are. See your reaction seeing ghost matter detected? That's the reason it took you a while to realize that was the path. Yeah. Exactly, because my reaction was like, oh crap, let's not do that. Oh wait, I guess maybe we can. I really smashed up the eye. They were angy. This whole place is smashed up. They did not like what the eye showed them. And we got another puzzle here. I don't know what the password is. I'm assuming it's different from the other one. Well, I guess that could be worth trying just to see. I'm guessing this goes back into the backside of the theater. Yes, it does. Cool. I think I do, weirdly enough. First one was sun, and then whatever that symbol is, and these were fire. Okay, now it didn't do anything. Well, it's worth a try. Oh, there's another floor up here. I missed that. Okay, let's see. Rocket up here. Oh, we climbed up this already. That symbol is probably the strangers. It's above the door in the ship bay. That sounds plausible, yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Loop ending time. Figures. Probably take us a couple loops to explore everything there is to see here. At least we know how to get here now. Now, it's nothing directly here, but I guess this would be a faster way to get up if we came in from below. It's a good song. Very effective at creating tension. An elevator can't be called from the bottom. Ah! Got it. So it's a shortcut back up, but only if you've already been up. Guess that's fair. Some reason that you don't understand. It seems kind of arbitrary. It is what it is. That opens that door, but is there anything even to see here? There's this lower door. which I can see down through there. Is there a hole in the ground? I can launch the scout down there. Ah, we're out of time. Cool. That was a productive loop, though. Learned a lot about the hidden gorge. The universe died. Neat. Pretty much. Wouldn't that be your reaction? Clearly wasn't the stranger's reaction. Depends on how dead you are. That's true. If you're dead, then you wouldn't have any reaction at all. Most likely. Oh. Can't we crash into a tree on our way off the planet? Off to a great start here. Sure, every hard thing is really assured by your skills, yep. Well, you know, it's not my fault that I've never had to learn how to fly well because I can just try again. Probably. There we go. We are suited up. Hidden Gorge. Another burnt slide reel. Abandoned temple. Didn't even know you could damage the artificial gravity. Yep, that's the thing. Where's the wall? Here's the wall. Behind the wall. Pod. Behold pod. I don't think this is actually any faster than going the other way with where we're trying to get to, but might as well get into the habit of it. Yeah, the view is nice, exactly. So we got that going for us. Yeah, so that's where we're going. So we basically have to complete a full loop of the river ride. There we go. Onward. Maximum speed. Sure, the speed run for this is also pretty straightforward. Not too maximum speed. I suppose that's true. So we have to do this. Oh. Exactly, like that. Flunk. You'll see speedrun is not really fast. Is really fast, yeah. Makes sense. You know what you have to do, you can get to the end immediately. Makes sense. Sounds about right. That's how this game is designed. I remember I was watching up, looking at some different speedrun categories. I was having to intentionally be careful not to watch any of the speedruns that have the DLC included. Here we go. Side. There we go. Perfect. Shipless is still your favorite. Yep. I love how they use the throwing the probe out for propulsion. Alright, there we go, making good time. Yeah, so we can get over here, but then this one doesn't come down, so we have to go down and around. And that's all there is to see here. More or less. Makes no sense and you're all about it. Exactly. The writing system looks like roots and antlers, which totally makes sense given their architecture. They'd probably draw similar shapes to what they see in their environment. And it's just a big pit. Very cool. Pretty sure they didn't bother and every writing is the same. Yeah, it's unfortunate if that is the case, but I'm sure they don't have like a specific meaning for everything, if nothing else, but still, it's cool that they have thought of what their writing system would look like. Oh, it's another raft. Cool. Ooh. This is different. That's glass. I got 3 different lantern things. I personally didn't see any difference in any of the 3 or 4 places you could see stuff written on the stranger. Yeah, it makes sense. And they probably wouldn't be expecting anyone to analyze it anyway. And so that's the door that comes back out into here. Is there any other way into there? There might not be. But I presume those are probably the machines for creating lanterns and things. They should if there was someone to overanalyze everything. True. Those are the sun shields coming online. That's what that noise was. Okay, well, that's that. That's where we came up. There's the church. Yep. The gorge shrine, I guess. This is the reel and the artifact, right? We've been here. And this one goes down. Back down to that level. We've been through there. So what's this building? Is this the same one? It is, okay. Yeah, so we just went in a loop. Okay. So if we did drop that, where does it go? Okay, it just goes into the water down there. Cool. Let's see. So am I missing anything? There's... I mean, I know I'm missing stuff. I'm just trying to figure out where. Or dropping the raft without going on it just to see where it was. Makes sense. That would definitely have been an option. That would have lowered down there. Yeah, it's all the different buildings. There's all these closed doors we can't get into yet. Oh yeah, they specifically have this, being like, hey, you can jump down here. There's a slide reel in there. So there definitely has to be a way to get in. No hole is big enough to fit down into. Maybe we can open the door from the inside out. There we go. Haha. That's pretty clever. Didn't take me too long. Timing on that can be a pain, yeah. Especially since you can't see it in real time. There we go. So now we can check out the slide reel. And I think this one's the theater. Oh, the one over here. Yep. Drop off the reel. Grab a lantern. Just for laughs. Open that. This is the outside of the stranger. So there's one section on it that is blew out, broke. It's thrusting wrong. Something like that. That slide, you forgot it was there. I see. So you're familiar with it. I suppose... You know what? I'm dumb. Ignore me. Of course you're familiar with it. Oh. Uh-oh. Here comes the water. So how do I get myself a lit one of those? That's what I want to know. Yeah, you know. Tired and sick, that's my excuse. It's not a very good excuse for all the other times when I do stupid things, but you know. I can pretend that's the excuse today. There goes that bridge. There goes that building. That probably wasn't important. Oh, they're nice enough to still have this bridge or this staircase intact. Even if the rest of it's smashed. Alrighty. Oh. It's fine. Everything's fine. Ah, that ends up all the way down here. Wow. Oh, wait, no, I guess that's the building that was there. Yeah. Cool. Dooby-dooby-doo. I don't know where I'm going right now. I hadn't really thought through what to do next. I was maybe going to check out the tower again. I think that was my thought process. Since there's that empty spot, and that was curious to me. Rapids! There we are. Hi, can I borrow some of your fire? No? Sure? Just, you know. There we go. See, I got fire inside of it now. Perfect. Oh, there it goes. I see I'm not the only one wondering if you could steal someone else's fire. Yep. I can't, like, just directly light it on here. Whoops. What? What? I got fire now. By sleeping? Okay. Spooky. Huh. First time seeing this place at night. Oh. Well. And I don't see a marker for our ship anymore. Are we perhaps no longer on the Stranger? I don't know if you remember, but back when you played, you sent a screenshot of that. I have a vague recollection of that, yeah. That's spooky. What are those footstep sounds? Yeah, sorry. You're right, game is lagging now. I'm not sure why. I don't know my jetpack anymore. Place is big. Whoa. Your frame rate is tanking. Let's see. What can I turn down that'll help with CPU time? Not a whole lot. The lighting effects, maybe? That doesn't help a whole lot. Looks like it might be CPU bound. Oh. Now it's 60 FPS. Guess I had to leave the menu first. Yeah, it's better. Cool. Which I'm gonna check. Texture quality shouldn't be an issue. Maybe it is though, we'll see. So now you saw my screenshot of the planet because you remember me reacting to it. True, doesn't necessarily mean I remember it. Here's one of those weird things. It's not one of the weird things I need to disable, though. You know what's a high five? I guess it is a hand, isn't it? It's so friggin' dark. Oh, what? 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 Tower fell. Ah, that makes sense. It'll be like when it's really dark, because it doesn't really get better. So it gets even worse. Jeez. Okay, cool. So they're weird devices. Let them, visit their homeworld, either literally or through some kind of, like, magic astral projection stuff. That explains why there's so many locations that I didn't know how to get to. There's a whole other place. Okay, then I can get back here without going through the gorge by grabbing artifact from the house. I'm gonna investigate that last reel you found. Oh, that's right, the one on the outside of the stranger. That makes sense. Yeah, it very much reminds me of Ash Twin Project level of wacky BS that they strangers have come up with. It's pretty cool. Now let's see if I can die to electrocution before the loop ends. That's the goal. Actually survived electrocution. Huh. By hopping out of the water. Cool. We didn't die of electrocution. Yeah, I think I just barely hopped over the second one with my thrusters. Okay, so if I just need one of those artifacts and then I rest at one of the green fires, I wonder if the one inside the bell works for that. That definitely seems plausible. Wonder if it's a different place than the other ones. Well, only one way to find out. Honestly, what made me try dozing off? If I'm being perfectly honest, miss press. I know I wanted to interact with the fire, but I was going to roast a marshmallow and press the wrong button. So yeah. Yep. That's me accidentally stumbling into things. Oh, that looks different. As long as it works. Made forward progress. Very cool. So freaking dark. There we go. Last place I saw was like they're on the bed with an artifact in their hand. What if I tried sleeping? Ah, that makes sense. That makes more sense than what I actually did. There's another one of those fire pit things, and I guess it kablooied. Ah! Now we're in here. Whoop. Take the lantern. Wait in front of the fire. Okay, that is what I did. No green flame in this room, though. Now we can peek in there. That was with a lantern. This one, what do we see? See the artifact? Sleep in front of the fire. And wake up in the other place. Okay, makes sense. That's basically what we did. And we can check the slide reels in here now. Find a version of the artifact like the one in the middle line somewhere around. That makes sense. That's like a mid-stage one without the focusing thing. So is that the only slide reel down here? Oh, and there we go. There's the middle ones. Basically, our test chambers for artifacts 1, 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0, which is the final version. That explains why they look very similar to the lanterns. Yeah, okay. The lantern was 1.0, and then they developed focusing for the lanterns. Okay, that makes sense. That would do it. Which I expect might be related to what this slide is going to show. When I get out of here. That explains why all the lanterns are in the shrines. Because that's where they would practice meditating about their homeland or whatever. Lanterns are 1.0, 1.0 didn't work. Oh yeah, I guess it wasn't exactly the same design. Very similar to a lantern, though. Why would they make so many if it didn't work? Fair point, fair point. You're right. Yeah. Bum, 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 ba-da, 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 bum, bum, bum. Sure, there's one in the test chamber too. Yeah, there was. I just couldn't tell the difference between that and the regular lanterns. But I see. The lanterns out there have the more bulging kind of wide design. And those ones are pretty much straight capsules. So not the same design. Yeah, so 1.0 didn't work. 2.0 has been redacted. Three point oh worked. So his body's still physically there, which makes sense because when the tower fell, I woke up. So I mentioned 2.0 being around, it's because you can do the test yourself with it. That makes sense. I assume that one almost works, but works differently. And I can replicate that. Even though it's blacked out, so we don't have their footage. So we just need to find some green fire to test it out on. I guess we can in the shrine across the way. There's a rocket up there, yep, cool. Oh. There we go. Which one has the planet? That one has the planet. Oh. Early adopter. Nice. Oh, rest in peace. Thought it might be something like that. That's why you need the focusing lens, because otherwise it just flashbangs. That's fun. I mean, it's easy to guess when you see that it has been reacted and the chamber exploded. Yep. That makes sense. It's pretty much what I expected. Starlit Cove. Secluded village nestled within a cove. Candlelit tower sits atop a nearby island. There's more to explore here. No duh. Yeah, so we've seen all the slide reels showing River, Lowland, Cinder Isles, Hidden Gorge. All those places had one pointing to different things. So I'm guessing next time we're gonna have to do a lot of exploring of the Starlit Cove in the dark. Very exciting. Yeah, blah, 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 artifacts. And need to do a lot of exploring of the everything. Fair point, fair point. Well, we are at the 3-hour mark, so I think this is a good stopping point before we jump into another 22-minute loop. Knowing me, I'll inevitably die of something before the end of it. So why don't we call it there for today? I want to keep you up too late, and I'm gonna go rest. I'm pretty tired. True. Well, it is still evening for me, so I still got time in my day, technically. But yeah, you're in the awkward hours of the morning. No, you can definitely write. I've seen you. Just 4 a.m. Yep, exactly. So let's call it there. But thanks for being here. As always, I appreciate your company. Thanks for not spoiling things for me and giving me hints when I need them. Definitely makes this whole experience a lot more enjoyable having you along for the ride. So, I appreciate you. Let's see. Nomura Kai is streaming Arknights. Debatable that hints are spoilers, though. True. Well, still, you strike a good balance. I appreciate your hints are usually only as obvious as I need. Sometimes they're too dumb and still don't get it, but that's not on you. That's on me being dumb. So, it is appreciated. Yeah, so on Sunday, yeah. Double checking my own schedule. Plan is on Sunday to do another Elden Ring stream in the morning. I don't know exactly when I'll start. Mostly depends on when I wake up. But definitely sometime in the morning, my time, so that would be, let's see. You are 7 hours ahead of me. So it'll probably be like 5 p.m. your time, I guess. Jeez, that's a big time difference. But we'll see how it goes. I'll definitely ping the Discord once I'm getting ready to stream. And then other than that, we'll be back with a normal schedule next week. It was something like that last week. Sounds about right. And I don't usually set alarms on weekends, so I can sleep in if I'm that tired. And I am feeling kind of sick and tired this week, so may start later than that, but we'll see how it goes. The Raylist won't be running later than your average Nono stream. So there's that at least. Yep, that's the plan. Plan is to rest up this weekend. Yep. Again, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. I will see you next time. Let's go say hi to Kai.